back, my followers. I'm your host, Ricky Knoles, and this is another episode of Knoles Cool Stuff. And this is my final thoughts on the Redmi K40 Game Enhanced Gaming Phone. So, the question is, how good was this phone? Let's find out here on Knoles Cool Stuff. Alright, so the major problem for anybody who got the K40 Game Edition phone was that, especially if it was the Chinese variant, which was only available in China anyway, because there's no global version, the major problem was that there was no way to install Google on it. Now, I did show you how to use Google, before they had the update. That's right. The new MIUI update 12.5.5 now allows you to use Google services on the Redmi K40 gaming phone. So that's a plus. So now you don't have to wait for the international version, which is most likely the Poco F3 GT. Now you can buy the Chinese variant probably for a cheaper price and able to use Google services. So let's talk about what was good about this phone. One, the display is good, okay? It's not the best display, but it works for gaming, okay? It has 120 hertz refresh rate, all right? I like the design of it, especially if you're able to get the Bruce Lee edition. I think the Bruce Lee edition is the best color variant on the phone. The other ones are in my opinion. But the color combination of the black and yellow on this, fantastic. All right. Now, I also like the little shoulder trigger buttons here where you just slide it and you get it popped up and you can play your game. And to let you know, those do work great on this phone. Especially right now. I'm playing Call of Duty, the tournament, and those little trigger buttons gives you that slight millimeter second to shoot someone instead of trying to fumble around on the screen looking for the shoot button on the screen, especially if you're like going really fast in the game. So overall, as a gaming phone, I have to give it A+. Okay, it was actually a lot of fun. I've been playing Call of Duty tournament on this for the last 3 weeks. I've already qualified for the first 3 rounds. I'm about to qualify for the 4th round this week. So yes, I highly recommend this as a gaming phone. Speakers. The speakers are loud and clear like most gaming phones, even though they are not front-facing speakers. All right, they have little speakers on the top and a little speaker on the top, but it is loud and crisp. All right. Watching videos, music, listening to music, everything works well with the phone. I do not have too much complaints about this phone. I like the design. I like the display. The cameras are one of the best cameras I've seen on a gaming phone. Not taking aside, I said on a gaming phone. Other phones are better. But on a gaming phone, this actually produced pretty well shots, okay? It doesn't have a telephoto lens. It just have an ultra-wide and the main camera, all right? But they both work well, all right? I took some beautiful pictures with it, have no complaint about for adding it to Facebook, social media, and every other thing. Now, let's talk about the problems, okay? Like I said, for the most part, I didn't have any problems. I've been using this for a month. There's only been a couple of problems I have to tell you. All right, the touchscreen on the phone sometimes has a problem. Like if I'm touching the screen, it has no response. I will have to push the power button off and then turn it back on, and then it works fine, all right? So that was one problem I had with it. Another problem I have with the phone, but this is just with Redmi and Xiaomi in general, is the auto brightness. Like if I'm in the room right now like this, the auto brightness makes it way too dark, okay? And then I always have to crank it up, especially if I'm playing a game. The other thing I just found out today, just a minor flaw, is that like when I was watching Hulu, the auto rotate wasn't working, all right? So I had to reboot the phone, and once I reboot the phone, it was auto rotate was working. So it's just those little tiny glitches, those little gremlins in the phone that sometimes make you go, what? Why is it not working? But very easy solutions to fix. The only major problem I have on this is that there is no screen recorder on this. You got screenshot, but no screen recorder. So I cannot screen record my games. And I looked all through the phone, so I can't find it. Usually once you do bring down the down menu, so when you bring it down like this, you'll find it. You have screenshot and then you have screen recorder. No screen recorder. So you cannot screen record your games on this phone. All right. Let me go over the battery. Battery's good. It'll last a good 6 hours. For the most part, 6 to 7 hours, depending how you use it. If you're a light user, you probably could push to 7 hours. You can probably push more if you drop it from the 120 hertz. Gaming lasts pretty long for gaming, okay? Check out my gaming battery drain test and see how long it actually takes to drain this phone if you play games constantly through. All right. Charging is really quick, okay? I have no problem charging. You can charge this from 0 to 100 in less than an hour. So, works well, all right? No problem. All right, so, for the most part, the only major problem with the K40 gaming phone was that it wasn't able to use Google services. And that was the biggest problem. And that's why I wouldn't recommend it to anybody if you're trying to buy the Chinese variant. But now since the update, I can recommend the Chinese variant to people. Don't wait for the international version of the Poco F3 GT, unless it's cheaper, but I seriously doubt it will be. It's probably about the same price. All right, so can I recommend this as a gaming phone? Yes, I can recommend it as a gaming phone. I've been using it as my daily gaming phone for over a month, playing Call of Duty, PUBG, and everything else I usually play. All right, no problem with it. All right, so this is my final thoughts. No BS. Everything you need to know that was good. Everything's pretty much good, besides those little small quirks. And the major problem I have now is just that there's no screen recording on it. All right, so this was my final thought. And like I said, if you get the Bruce Lee edition, get the Bruce Lee over the other colors. This was my final thoughts on the Redmi K40 Game Enhanced Gaming Edition. Redmi, you guys shorten that. Just call it the Redmi K40 Game Edition. You don't need the Enhanced version, okay? All right. If you like this video, hit that like button. Hit that bell for notification. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be part of the Knoles CoolStuff family. And like always, my followers, be cool.